The Catching Wonders event is coming up in Pokemon Go, and in this video I will be going through all of the details, including how to get your hands on a free Master Ball. I'll also be going through some tips, and I'll talk about which Pokemon are worth going after. So the event begins on May 14th at 10 AM and it lasts until May 19th at 8 PM local time. So the Master Ball is coming back to Pokemon Go and it will be free to obtain, but how do you get it? So it will be obtainable through a Master Work research, which is a type of research that is intended to be completed over a long period of time. But luckily this research won't expire once you pick it up, so you can complete it at your own pace. The Masterwork research will reward you with Stardust, XP, berries, Pokemon encounters, and of course a Master Ball. I will be going through some of the best targets for your Master Ball later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. The bonuses for the Catching Wonders event will be 10 times XP for your first catch of the day, 10 times XP for your first Pokestop or Gym spin of the day, and you'll get 5 times Stardust for your first catch of the day as well. There will also be some event-themed field research tasks available from spinning Pokestops, and these can reward Stardust, XP, Pokeballs, Great Balls, and Ultra Balls. For the raids, in 1-star raids will be Marill, Clamperl, Goomy, Stunky, and Nidoran male, and in 3-star raids will be Vileplume, Togetic, and Palpitoad. In 5-star raids will be Tapu Fini up until May 16th at 10 AM, and then Regirock will take over, and in Mega raids will be Mega Alakazam up until May 16th at 10 AM, and then Mega Gyarados will be taking over. And Shadow Suicune will be the 5-star Shadow raid boss on Saturday and Sunday only. I will be going through the meta relevance for each of these raid bosses later on in the video, and I'll go through some raid counters as well. But first, let's go through some tips for the event. So when you do manage to work your way through the Masterwork research and you get your Master Ball, what are the best targets to go after? So if you happen to do a 5-star raid and you get a shiny, legendary, or mythical Pokemon encounter, it may be tempting to use your Master Ball to secure that catch. However, I highly recommend not doing this because a shiny, mythical, or legendary Pokemon from a 5-star raid will have a 100% catch rate for the most part when hit by a Premier Ball. So this would be a waste of the Master Ball. Also, if you do happen to come across a shiny in the wild that you wouldn't expect to see, like a legendary or something similar, make sure that you keep in mind what Pokemon you currently have as a buddy, because Zorua can disguise itself as your buddy and you don't want to waste a Master Ball on a random Zorua. So that's just something to bear in mind. Realistically, there are a few options that I would say are most worth your Master Ball. Firstly are the Galarian birds. You can only encounter these Pokemon through daily adventure incense, and they are very rare to encounter. Not only that, they do also have a very low base catch rate of 0.3%, and they have a 90% flea rate, so really these are very difficult to catch. So these can be a great target for a Master Ball. I've had quite a lot of encounters with Galarian birds myself, and I've never had any luck catching one without a Master Ball. The only one I've caught is a Galarian Articuno with my Master Ball, so really if you do want these Galarian birds for your collection, then it is a good chance to get them with the Master Ball. It could also be worth using a Master Ball on 100% IV legendary or mythical Pokemon from a 5-star raid, or even from a Mega and a Primal raid in the case of Rayquaza, Groudon, and Kyogre for example. This is a good choice for a Master Ball if you have used up all of your Premier Balls and you only have one left. Then I would recommend switching to a Master Ball if it is a 100% IV Pokemon that you really want. Because really, getting a 100% IV legendary or mythical Pokemon from a raid can be difficult because it will likely cost you a lot of money in raid passes to get. And if you are wondering how you can know whether a Pokemon has a 100% IV from a raid before you catch it and appraise it, you can tell by what CP value it has. There are plenty of databases out there that will tell you the values to look out for, and also I put them in all of my raid counter videos before each Pokemon comes into raids. So to maximize XP gains for each day of the event, I would recommend using a lucky egg when you have your first catch of the day and your first Pokestop spin of the day, because you will get 20 times XP for both of these when you have a lucky egg active. However, I would only recommend using lucky eggs for this if you have a lot of them or you buy them regularly and you want to maximize XP as much as possible. For those of you who don't have a lot of lucky eggs and you don't spend money on the game, then I would hold on to your lucky eggs for XP boosted events where your lucky eggs will have more value. Community days with 3 times catch XP is a good example. Likewise, if you want to maximize your Stardust, you could use a star piece to get 7.5 times Stardust on your first catch of the day. Again, it might be worth holding on to your star pieces for times with more value, like 3 times catch Stardust on a community day. So there is also a spotlight hour taking place during this event. The featured Pokemon is Abra, and the bonus is 2 times evolution XP. If you have saved up any 12 candy evolution Pokemon like Pidgey, Weedle, and Caterpie for example, this hour would be a great time to evolve all of them with a lucky egg so you can get 4 times evolution XP. ability. It's also worth catching Abra because Mega Alakazam is the second best overall Psychic type and the best Psychic Mega. So to increase candy gains, you can always use Peanut Berries, and you can Mega Evolve a Pokemon of the same type you're catching to increase the amount of Candy, Candy XL, and XP you get per catch. And as the event won't actually have any specific spawns for it, it will just be biome and seasonal spawns. There isn't really any specific Mega Evolution you can do to cover a load of wild spawns, so it might be worth Mega Evolving something as a counter for raids if you're doing some raids. As you need 35 Platinum Medals to get to level 49, and there are event-themed field research available for this event, this could be a good time to work on your Pokemon Ranger Platinum Medal. It's worth noting that these field research are giving out Pokeballs, Great Balls, and Ultra Balls, so it could also be a good time to stock up on them, especially as Bound Sweet Community Day is on the 19th. And as you get extra free raid passes this season, it's worth taking advantage of that and working on your Platinum Rising Star, Champion, and even Battle Legend medals. So with that said, let's have a look at which Pokemon are worth raiding during this event. So Marill will be available, and Azumarill is a strong Pokemon in Go Battle League, where it is currently ranked 14 with 0, 15, 15 IVs. And with the 10, 10, 10 IV floor of raids, it would be a good idea to try and mirror trade Marill with somebody to lower its attack IV. Clamperl is available, and whilst it doesn't have any meta relevance, it is a perma boosted shiny with a 1 in 64 shiny rate, so if you are a shiny hunter, this is a good one to go after. Goomy will be available in raids, and I wouldn't recommend using a raid pass on this unless you have some to spare, because it is likely it will have a community day in June, so it will be a lot easier to get many of them and the shiny during that time. So Stunky isn't a bad option to go after because Skuntank is rank 125 in the Ultra League and 84 in its shadow form, and it does want 3, 15, 14 IVs, so again a mirror trade could be useful here as well. For the 5-star raids and the mega raids, I will be going through the meta relevance and some counters for them. Starting with the 5-star raids, Tapu Fini has a raid CP of 40,978 and the 100% IVs are 1632 and 2041 boosted in rainy or cloudy weather. It is weak to poison, grass, and electric types, and it will take around 3 or 4 trainers to be on average. The best mega counters are Sceptile, Gengar, and Beedrill. The best shadow counters are Raikou, Electivire, and Magnezone. The best legendary and Ultra Beast counters are Kartana, Xurkitree, and Zekrom, and the best budget counters are Roserade, Electivire, Magnezone, Luxray, Decidueye, and Gengar. Tapu Fini is ranked 88 in the Great League with 1914 IVs. It's ranked 3 in the Ultra League with 11315 IVs, and it is ranked 55 in the Master League, so really it is worth raiding if you play Go Battle League. It's also worth noting that it does want Nature's Madness, which is its legacy move that is currently available from Tapu Fini raids, so it's worth raiding now. Regirock has a raid CP of 42,768 and the 100% IVs are 1784 and 2230 boosted in partly cloudy weather. It is weak to fighting, ground, steel, water, and grass type attacks, and it will take around 3 or 4 trainers to beat on average. The best Mega and Primal counters are Groudon, Kyogre, and Swampert. The best Shadow counters are Groudon, Metagross, and Kyogre. The best Legendary and Ultra Beast counters will be Terrakion, Kartana, and Landorus Therian form, and the best budget counters are Metagross, Conkeldurr, Excadrill, Lucario, Garchomp, and Breloom. Regirock is another one that is good for Go Battle League, being ranked 85 in the Great League, 20 in the Ultra League, and 75 in the Master League, so again worth raiding if you are a Go Battle League player. For Mega Raids, Mega Alakazam has a raid CP of 53,995 and the 100% IVs for Alakazam are 1747 and 2184 boosted in windy weather. Mega Alakazam is weak to bug, dark, and ghost type attacks, and it will take around 2 trainers to beat on average. The best Mega counters are Tyranitar, Gengar, and Houndoom. The best Shadow counters are Tyranitar, Weavile, and Honchkrow. The best Legendary and Mythical counters are Giratina Origin, Yveltal, and Darkrai, and the best budget counters are Hydreigon, Tyranitar, Incineroar, Weavile, Zoroark, and Honchkrow. Mega Alakazam is the second best Psychic type in the game and the best Psychic Mega until Mega Mewtwo X and Y come into the game. Mega Gyarados has a raid CP of 47,142 and the 100% IVs for Gyarados are 1937 and 2422 boosted in rainy or windy weather. Mega Gyarados is weak to fighting, bug, grass, electric, and fairy type attacks, and on average it will take 2 trainers to beat. The best Mega counters are Sceptile, Heracross, and Gardevoir. The best Shadow counters are Raikou, Machamp, and Magnezone. The best Legendary and Ultra Beast counters are Kartana, Keldeo, and Terrakion, and the best budget counters are Conkeldurr, Lucario, Breloom, Machamp, Meowscarada, and Roserade. Mega Gyarados is a top 10 water and dark type raid attacker, and Gyarados itself is ranked 27 in the Master League. With that said, if you do want to know what are the best Pokemon to power up in Pokemon Go and some budget options as well, then you should check out this video next.